Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Serena and today I'm sharing with you 3 of the main New Earth relationship struggles you might be experiencing right now. Watch this video. Alright guys, welcome back. So if you are in a New Earth relationship, sometimes we like to think that in New Earth everything's going to be all rainbow and sunshine and daisies and unicorns all the time. It's not always that way. Sometimes you are going to deal with conflict. Sometimes you are going to have your feelings hurt. It doesn't mean that everything, if you're in a New Earth relationship, is suddenly perfect. What it really means is that you have the ability to work through the things that aren't perfect with more grace, with more ease, and with more joy. And they typically come less frequently. So the first thing that I have personally struggled with in my New Earth relationship, so all of these things that I'm sharing today are from personal experience of the things I'm experiencing right now in my own New Earth relationship. So the first thing that I want to talk about is this idea that we can't manipulate anymore to get what we need. And a lot of you guys are thinking, well, what do you mean? Like, I'm not manipulative. And you know what? We manipulate a lot more than we think we do, because any time that you're not outright saying exactly, like transparently what it is, then that's manipulation. This actually happened on my part with me and my partner the other day. And I call him my partner or my twin. If you want to watch any of my twin flame videos, I will link them up above and you can watch those. But so my twin, my partner, we were talking about this idea that I've been missing a more spiritual part of myself, right? So I've been living day-to-day life, like regular routines, all this stuff, but I was really missing this more like spiritual part of myself. So I was consulting with my own spiritual mentor who lives in Mexico, and I was asking him, about different things that I was experiencing, like energies within my body, and things of that nature. And so what he said back to me, which was a very spiritual response, talk to the energy, negotiate with the energy. And I was like, something like lit a fire in me again. And I was like, wow, like I really miss being in this space. My partner, while he is very spiritual in his values, beliefs, and philosophies, he doesn't have like a regular everyday spiritual practice. So this was something that, he and I are about to be moving into a new home. I was really feeling called. I was like, I really want to bless the home. I want to create an altar in the home. I want to really like sit with the land, and just like to do all of these things that are very like spiritual in nature. And so the way I brought it up to my partner was actually a very manipulative way, because I used, instead of just saying outright, hey, this is what I want to do, will you participate with me in this? I was afraid, which I realized afterwards, I was afraid to be so vulnerable and to be so transparent. So what I actually said, this is what's going on, these are the energies I'm feeling, and in order to clear that, we need to be doing this, this, and this. And he was like, well, why? He really put up some resistance. He was like, well, I don't know, like blah, blah. And I was like, kind of like, why are you arguing with me about this? This is what we have to do. And then I sat back and I started to feel really hurt. And I was feeling like this resistance from him, and I was feeling like I was putting myself out there, but I wasn't being received the way I wanted to be received. And so what I sat with was like, oh my God, I wasn't saying actually what was on my heart. I was saying what I thought would get me the thing. Okay? So this is a big realization. So keep this in mind in the way that you communicate with your New Earth partnerships. And this could be honestly friends, this could be family, this could be romantic, this could be any type of relationship. But keep in mind, if you are looking for a certain outcome and you are saying something because you think that will get you that outcome, most likely it's going to come back in your face and you're not going to get it. Because in New Earth, it's actually all about being transparent and being like unapologetically, authentically yourself. And so in New Earth, you can say straight up, hey, this is what I want to do. Will you join me? And most likely you're going to get the answer that you want. you know? And if you don't get the answer that you want, that's a sign to you that that person's maybe not able to meet you where you're at, and then you have to do some other work, or maybe you have to let go of that relationship. That's a whole nother structure that we're not going to get into today. But we can't manipulate anymore. We can't use the mind to say, I think, or in the past, saying this has gotten me this outcome, so I'm going to use this programming or this blueprint in order to get what I want. When in reality, you should just say what you want. And keep in mind, if what you want is a certain thing and you already know what you want, then just say what you want. Say, hey, I really want, and this is what I should have said to my partner, hey, I really want you to join me in this spiritual space. I really want you to be a part of this blessing. I really want you to be a part of this altar with me. And then see what comes out of that. And just, cut straight to the point. No more manipulation here in New Earth relationships. That shit's over. That shit's done. The second biggest struggle that I've dealt with in my New Earth relationship, and then you might also be experiencing now, is this idea that while we're all trying to get into New Earth, right? Or many of us are in New Earth, we're not there statically. So what do I mean by this? What I mean is that we are fluctuating all day long, up and down and up and down. And sometimes our vibration is very high and sometimes it's very low. And that can be because just so many different factors. We're not going to name them all here. But sometimes we are operating on New Earth level and sometimes we're not. And so when you have a partner, right? What oftentimes happens is you both are fluctuating all day long. And so you can be fluctuating together or you can be fluctuating separately. And this just depends on where you both are at. So the main thing to keep in mind here is that sometimes you are going to be maybe activated in New Earth and your partner is not. So what happens when you try to connect is you're not going to actually meet each other. You're going to try and connect and there's going to be this weird space there, and maybe you've already felt it, and maybe it's deeply angering or deeply frustrating to you because that leads to a lot of miscommunication. It leads to a lot of misunderstandings. And this is nobody's fault. This is just saying that we all are trying to operate in this new space and we're all fluctuating every day, all day long. And so what this can lead to, which is a bit of a struggle, is more conflict. This can lead to a little bit more friction, a little bit more tension, and a little bit more conflict in your relationships. And while this is not really necessarily a bad thing, it's just something to keep in mind of, because you might be wondering, why are we not connecting like we used to? Or why do I feel like we're missing each other all the time? And if you're someone like me who's recovering from a codependent relationship and who's very empathic, I derive a lot of my security from my sense of security within my partnership. So when things aren't clicking like they have in the past or like they were 2 minutes ago, I start to wonder, oh my gosh, what's happening? What's going wrong, right? So this is where we need to become more secure within ourselves, within our own core and our own center, and say, listen, I'm okay no matter what. Whether we're connecting or whether we're not connecting, I know that I have security within myself. And also that you have this ability to bring your partner to where you are, right? If you're in New Earth and your partner's down here, they have to want it, of course, but you can invite that into the space so that they are there with you and that you both are occupying the same space together. So there are ways around this, but this is one of the New Earth struggles that I've noticed within myself most recently. So the third New Earth relationship struggle that you may be experiencing right now is actually a desire for more alone time. And so this is really different because as we're moving from a space, as I mentioned before in my previous one, is this kind of codependent or very dependent relationships. We're moving from a very codependent space into an interdependent space, which means we can rely on each other and we can hold space for the other, but we don't need them there all the time. So as we're moving into this space, what we really start to realize is that it's okay for us to take time to ourselves and to still feel secure if our partner doesn't want that and they're off doing something else. So being in a New Earth relationship, like we said in the previous reason, is that we're fluctuating all day long, right? So when we're trying to keep our vibration high, it actually takes a lot more effort, that we have to be present with ourselves a lot more, which means you might crave a lot more alone time than you have in your past relationships. Or you just might be more comfortable with more alone time than you have in your past relationships. And again, this is not a bad thing. It may feel like a struggle because you may be questioning yourself. Like, if I want to spend this much time alone, do I really like my partner? Am I really shouldn't I want to be with them all the time? And that's an old paradigm belief, because what really makes a strong partnership is the ability to honor the separateness as much as you honor the togetherness. Feeling like you need more alone time, you're feeling like you just want to be with yourself, that's a good thing, because you are no longer subject to somebody else's moods, somebody else's emotions, somebody else's programming, somebody else's belief systems. You understand that in order to show up fully in your relationship now, you really have to show up fully for yourself. So that's one of the biggest things in New Earth relationships, is being okay with the space, being okay with the alone time, and allowing your partner to have the same luxuries. Comment down below, what have been the major struggles in your New Earth relationships and how have you navigated through them? I would love to hear from you. Also, if you'd like to sign up for my women's meditation circle, this meditation circle I'm calling a sister circle. I'm very excited about it. We've done a couple of them so far and they've been incredible and transformative. If you are interested, to sign up below. I do them through Zoom every other Sunday. And just a beautiful space to come and connect, to heal, to transform, to be in communion with other feminine energies. This is a feminine energy circle. You do not have to be, you can be gender non-conforming and you can be a masculine person. If you would like to join this circle, you are still more than welcome to. It's just myself that I resonate more with the feminine energies, so I tend to be talking about more feminine topics. So if you'd like to sign up, check the link down below. If you're looking for more help in your New Earth relationships, if you're looking for more guidance in conscious relationships, in navigating the twin flame journey, or just in alternative lifestyles in general, you can check out my website or fill out my form to work with me one-on-one. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new here, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you've been here before, thank you so much for joining me again. I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Big love, Serena.